Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I am always on the hunt for great cards. Today is Friday, and that means Dorking with Dice is upon us, as if you couldn't tell by this big pink D20 that we are presented with, and the magic box full of 20 vintage packs of football and hockey cards, for that is what is in season right now, so that's what we open. And there's some good stuff in here. I just added some new packs to the box, and there's some stuff in here we have definitely never opened before on the channel, including the number 1 pack, which is a new one because we opened the number 1 pack last week. 1, 10, and 20 are especially good packs in one way or another. They're rare or unusual, and that is the case this week. I'll preview those for you. Our number 1 pack is one we've never opened on the channel. It's action-packed gold, and you can get a certificate for a solid gold card and time travel back to 1991 when these cards were released, and see if you can cash that in. You can find 24-karat gold stamped cards, 6 cards per pack, and all kinds of cool stuff in there. In the number 10 spot, we have, once again this week, Donruss Priority Hockey. This has been in the box for a while. We have not opened it, but one of these days we'll hit a 10 and get into that 1997 pack. Very cool product on Risk Priority. And in the number 20 spot, we've got 1981 Topps Hockey. We've had this pack in the box for a little while too, and one of these days we're going to get into this one. If we roll a 20, of course, a little something special scattered throughout the box, so you never know when one of these numbers is going to pull up something you've never seen before. That's my goal and my hope with seeding those special packs in there. So we'll see if we hit anything like that today. Hope you guys are having a great Friday and looking forward to the weekend in whatever way that you do. Let's see what our first pack is today. It is pack number 7. The big pink D20. Wasn't sure it wanted 7, but then it did. So let's count backwards from 10. There's 10, 9, 8, and 7 is hockey pack. 1988 hockey, I believe. Topps Hockey from 1988. There it is. Coming to you in, there it is. Now it is focused, finally. There it is. Topps used the same sort of design for their wrappers throughout the late 80s, and sometimes it's hard to tell, but I know 88 is this dark blue color, so I'm quite sure of that. Lots of good cards we can get in here, and you can get a handful today because Bazooka has it all, so get a handful today. Get me a handful of gum. I can't remember the last time I've actually chewed gum of any kind. It's just not something I have any interest in my life. When I was younger, I'd chew it like everybody, but these days as an adult, that gum doesn't look too bad. It's, you know, smashed up in tiny pieces and everything, but it's actually still pink and whatnot, so that's not too bad. Let's see if I can split this one here and put these on top and go like that. Dave Volek from the Islanders starts things off there. And if that picture looks blurry to you, it's because it is. It's not because of my camera hijinks. It's just that is a very blurry picture on that Topps card right there. So is the next one, Derek King. It looks like something happened in the printing on these Islanders cards to make them not in focus for some reason. This one is too. It's another New York card, but this one the Rangers, David Shaw. Wayne Presley, no relation to the King as far as I know. Dave Ellett and Cale Johansson, that's a pretty good one, from the Capitals. All of these are weirdly out of focus. John Tucker is a little more in focus than the other ones, but still not as crispy focused as these cards should be. We get a Nordiques sticker here, number 17 from Quebec. Interesting to see that. Mike Ballard, now that one's in focus, so I don't know what happened to the first half of this pack, but this one is in focus. Mike Ballard from Flyers, longtime NHLer. Dave Barr there, and Glenn Wesley with a rapt audience behind him. Everybody there is very attentive to what's going on. Usually you see people like checking their phones or reading books or whatever. Of course, this was 1988, so cell phones did not exist. I want you to just think about how blissful that was, where you could actually focus your attention on whatever was going on in the real world that you were a part of, rather than be focused on phones all the time. Andy Brickley, Mike Foligno from the Sabres, longtime NHLer and really good player. Mike Foligno landed with a lot of different teams because he was always a pretty reliable guy to have in there. And Kelly Miller finishes that one off for us. No Hall of Famers in there, but, or maybe there was. I don't think there was. Cal Johansson, maybe. I don't think so, though. No Hall of Famers in there, but still, nice pack to get into to start off today's Dorking with Dice. Let's see what our second pack is. It is an even split in the box between football and hockey. And, okay, this is getting weird. Last week, all of our packs were between 1 and 6. This week, we've hit 7 and 8 so far. That is just something weird going on here at Dorking with Dice. We get a football pack. As I said, it's an even split between hockey and football in the box. So if you keep going in order like that, you're going to get 50-50 splits on hockey and football. We get a 1991 pack of Score Football. This is Series 1. You're getting 16 cards per pack in here. Several different subsets in 91 Score. And I believe there were a couple of different insert sets too. But of the Score products, I always liked this one. I thought they did a nice job with the template and the color scheme sort of match the, I don't know, there's something about it. I like the way the photos sort of go outside of just the template of the card and see Jay Novacek's head sticking out of the border of the card there, which, I don't know, I kind of like that. I think it's neat. Jay Novacek trying to catch a pass with one hand there. Good tight end for the Cowboys. We got Dan Owens lining up for Detroit, Ken Norton, and Fred Marion. Free safety. It's nice to see that. You don't see that on cards anymore. You usually just see safety. So that's kind of neat to see on an older card like that. Marv Cook, we've gotten 2 Cowboys and 2 Patriots. Kind of interesting to see the collation here. Here we go. A sensitive, deep photo of this person from the Steelers. I don't recognize this guy. Who is this? It's Rod Woodson, who's a Hall of Famer, cornerback there from the Dream Team. And Rod does look awfully dreamy there. Rod Woodson. He looks kind of intense, actually. I don't know about that card. Richmond Webb, who I've not thought about in years. Richmond Webb looks like he's sort of just kind of daydreaming out there as he's playing tackle. I don't know. That's kind of a weird expression. Eric Metcalf, nice Browns 90-plus club card. I know Surf North will be interested in that one. He is inexplicably a Browns fan. I do not understand that. But Eric Metcalf with 2 90-plus, or I think at least one, but maybe 2 90-plus yard returns, kick returns there. Paul Gruber and John Alt. It's late in the day, and I haven't had coffee since early this morning. I should have had some before I started this episode because I'm getting names wrong. Johnny Holland there, and Mark Lee, 2 Packers in a row. Dalton Hilliard sounds like the lord of a manor in rural Scotland, but he's not. He's a running back for the Saints. Scott Case, another free safety. Ray Berry, and we finish off with Jack Del Rio, who for a long time was a head coach and a coach, defensive coach usually, in the NFL, and there he is playing linebacker for the Cowboys. So I think the Cowboys win this pack. 3 Cowboys out of there, a couple of Patriots and a couple of Packers, but I think the Cowboys win that one. That's nice Eric Metcalf card on top there. Roll our next number. Will it be number 9? We've rolled 7 and 8. What will we get here? It is... Oh, it is. It's right on the line because it's on the. I'm just gonna say it's 20. It was between 2 and 20 because it was stuck on the pile there. But I'm gonna call it 20. Why not? Open pack 20 finally. It's a 1981 pack of Topps Hockey. This is an old one, a very sweet vintage pack that you will likely not see opened on the YouTubes anytime soon. So here we go, getting into this one that I've had in the PC for quite some years now. Put that aside. Get into this pack. This also has Bazooka on the back, though it's not telling you to grab a handful of it. It's just saying, yep, there's some Bazooka, and it's bubblegum, and has 6 pieces in the pack. All right, let's get into this. 1981 Topps Hockey. 13 cards in these packs. And, of course, a piece of bubblegum. This one is stuck nicely. Let's carefully get this one open. Oh. There we go. I think that did it. All right. Beautiful cards. Always like this set kind of a lot. And there is the... Ooh, that is some nasty looking bubblegum there. Some staining on there and some really gross colors. That is No, thank you. That is awful. I'm going to dispose of that gum, but maybe hang on to that wrapper. That is an ugly, ugly piece of bubble gum there. We start off with Marcel Dion, Hall of Famer for sure, and as you can see, a Kings team leader for goals, assists, power play goals, shorthanded goals, and game-winning goals. Marcel Dion just pretty much carrying the team there back in 1981 for the Kings. So we start off with a Hall of Famer. That's a good sign. Lots of Gretzky cards in this set, so hopefully we'll hit one of those. Dave Christian, really good center for a long time in the NHL. There he is with the Jets, who I think he played most of his career for. Really good player. And we get another team leader card with Bobby Smith for the North Stars. Bobby Smith did not lead them in goals. That was Steve Payne, but he led them in most other things. Pretty sweet card there. If you haven't seen the back of these, I should show you that. There's the scoring leaders back of that. And here's Kent Nilsson from Calgary. Shout out to the Sultan of Spinach, who is a Flames fan, on his channel For the Polls. If you've not checked him out, please do so. He's a really nice guy, and that's what the back of these look like. So pretty nice to see that. Brian Trottier, another Hall of Famer here, longtime center for the Islanders, went to the Stanley Cup Finals at least a couple of times by my memory. Brian Trottier, a really good player. Mike Rogers with the Whalers, and another Flames player. It's Willie Plett, the right winger for them for a little while. You can see some of these players have helmets on and others do not, and that was because just a couple seasons maybe before this, they instituted the helmet rule, so players had their choice of putting on helmets or not, but if you were a new player coming into the league, you had to wear a helmet. So Willie Plett clearly got in and was grandfathered on that, so he didn't have to wear a helmet, which was rather foolish, I think we can agree. Flip this over to see Rick McLeish with the Whalers. That looks like an airbrush job on that jersey there for Rick. I don't even remember him being with the Whalers. He was in the NHL for a long time, really good left winger. And as you can see, well, there's his record back there. You can see he was with the Flyers for forever. So, yeah, I think he got traded and they airbrushed that Whalers uniform. Looks nothing. I don't remember them having whales up on the shoulders, but I guess they did. Anyway, longtime Flyers guy there. Dick Redmond for the Bruins, and another Whalers player who really was on the Whalers, Al Sims. Pretty good defensive man. You can see there is a little whale there, though it's white, not silver. Good to see that. Randy Carlyle, really good defensive man for the Penguins. Randy Carlyle was, he might even be in the Hall of Fame. Randy Carlyle was really good back in the day. Andre Savard for Buffalo, and we finish off with, I believe that is Rick Kehoe. This is a super action card. Rick Kehoe, another good player for the Penguins, if I'm right. Yeah, there it is, Rick Kehoe. And that has the staining on it from the gum, so I don't know if I'm going to hang on to that one or not. But beautiful to see these 1981 Topps hockey cards and some good players in here, bringing back some memories for me and a couple of Hall of Famers in here for sure. I guess I don't know, I might just, it's tempting to put Trottier. Maybe I'll put Marcel Dion. I'll just leave him on the top there. He was a really good player, very, very deserving Hall of Famer. Marcel Dion was in the league for a very long time. Neat to see those cards from 1981 Topps Hockey. That was a great pack. Enjoyed that one a lot. Let's roll another one, see if we can balance it out and get a second football pack. We roll very determinedly. That was an 18. There was no question about that. So let's check out 18. We opened 20. So this is 19. And 18 is a good pack. It is more hockey, though. It looks like hockey is going to win this week. It is a jumbo pack of high series 92-93 upper deck hockey. So this is pretty good stuff. You can see originally it was $269, which is kind of high for a hockey pack back then, 92-93. But these were high quality cards. And I think you get like 20 or 25 of them. Quite a lot of cards in these packs. And as always with upper deck wrappers back in those days, you can carefully if you can get into it, there we go. You can carefully unpeel this and bake a potato in it, and we have Arthur Fonzarelli apparently staring us in the face there. You could easily put a potato in there and just wrap that up and bake it in the oven for you. Yeah, this looks like the Fonz here staring at us, which I didn't know he played hockey, but I guess he did. That's not the Fonz. I don't know who that is wearing his leather jacket there. It's a little ridiculous. It's Doug Gilmour. And I think I should go this way with them because I think the better cards are in the back. So we'll start off with Doug Gilmour doing his Fonzie impersonation there in the locker room, trying to look casual. What is that a concert t-shirt he's wearing? I got to check this out. I am obsessed with what is happening here It is, I don't know what that is. It is not a concert T-shirt of any band I've ever heard of. I don't know what that is. We get some information on here about Doug Gilmour, though. Who's his toughest opponent is Wayne Gretzky. No surprise there. His hero growing up was Bobby Orr. Not a surprise either. And what does he like to do for fun? Ride my hog, which I assume means his bike and not his pig. But in any event, Doug Gilmour. We get a nice Euro Rookies card of Darius Kasparaitis there, and then we get into our regular cards. So he's going to be upside down and backwards. Mark Osborne with the Leafs. Get these in focus before I proceed. Kimby Daniels biting his tongue out there on the rink. That's not a good practice, Kimby. You got to not do that. And we get oh, this is a beauty. Hockey Heroes card of Gordie Howe. That makes the pack for me. That's gorgeous. What a beautiful card there. A little foil accent there at the top. Beautiful card of Gordie Howe. Wow, I love that one. That is an insert, 19 of 27. It's a wonderful card. That is the first Wolf Lair card today, and that's a beauty. We get a Gretzky card here. It's pretty awesome. 1,500 for Gretzky. That is a pretty card there. Put that in the Wolf Lair too. Then we got Scott Mellenby, good player for the Oilers. After Gretzky left, Peter Bondra there with the Caps. And Tony Amonte for the Rangers. Scott Stevens, a very good player. Also not wearing the helmet, though. That is not a good idea. He's got to show off his blonde highlights, though. Scott Stevens wants to make sure everybody sees the work he had done on his roots there, or whatever he did. Brian Benning looking pensive, and we got Jeremy Roenick. Well, that's a nice card, too. That's an early card of Roenick, I believe. Yes, it is. Just his third year there with the Blackhawks. Put that in the Wolf Lair. Scott LeChance, rookie report card. He lasted in the league a little while. Scott LeChance hung around for a little while. Pretty nice to see that. Another star rookie card here. Steve Hines, no relation to the Ketchup Emporium, but still pretty cool. This is Nicholas Lidstrom rookie report for that player. That's a nice one, too. This is a good pack. Good jumbo pack here. Getting lots of good cards. Jason Moore there with San Jose in the early days of that franchise. Dave Archibald. That's a rather high stick you got there, Dave Archibald. I think you're going to get penalized for that, buddy. We got Mike Holbert looking very youthful, I have to say. Mike Holbert, I don't remember ever looking that young, but I'm sure he did. Got a sideways card here of Zendo Seager, I believe is how you pronounce that. I'm sure that one of you will correct me if I'm wrong. Mikhail Kravitz there with another San Jose player. Martin Straka, that is a Young Guns card. Man, we are hitting all kinds of cool stuff here. That is pretty cool to see that one. Martin Straka for Pittsburgh. What we have here, this is Adam Deadmarsh. And that is a World Junior Championships. Deadmarsh says Sweden, but Deadmarsh played for the U.S., so I'm not sure what that's. Maybe that's where the World Junior Championships were played, in Sweden. That must be the case. So Deadmarsh there. And we have another cool guy, Jaromir Jagr, no question about that. We're in the Upper Deck. Wow, the Upper Deck Letterman jacket on Jaromir Jagr there. That is something else. I don't know whose idea it was to take pictures of guys in their street clothes hanging out in the locker room, but it's not a good look. It has not aged very well, but then Jagr's haircut has also not aged. But this is a nice pull. Pretty sure I have this one, but it's nice to see it after so many years. Most memorable moment in hockey was his first Stanley Cup. Toughest opponent, he says, every player is tough. Well, all right. I think that's pretty fair of him to say. His hero growing up was his dad, and to relax, Jaromir Jagr likes to play tennis. Did not know that about him, but apparently that is the case. So there we go, 3 hockey packs and a couple of really good ones. That 1981 pack was sweet, and so was this one. Got several cards out of this last one for my PC, including this beautiful Gordie Howe card. That's a gem. Really happy to pull that one. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, and we'll give it a thumbs up if you have just a moment to click that button. It certainly helps the channel and the YouTube algorithms, and it definitely makes me feel like a better person, so I appreciate that. Have a great rest of your weekend. I hope that you have wonderful plans, or plans just to relax. We got snow here most of the day, so I was out shoveling the driveway a little earlier today, and am not sure I'm ready for winter, but it's ready for me regardless, I guess. I'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend and enjoy yourself. Not too many not too many more days before Christmas and maybe get some wrapping done. I know I'm going to try to do that. And I will see you back here on Monday. As always, happy collecting.